Welcome to Crowded Lab. Today I have on review Lazybird. You can create human-like voiceovers with this voice-generating platform. I'll show you pros and cons and give my overall rating of this tool so you will understand if it is worth buying or not and if it can help you with your business needs. And first of all, let's jump in straight to the demo. What can this tool do for you? I've created several paragraphs in English, in Spanish. These two were provided by Lazybird by default, so let's see how those sound.
Welcome to Crowded Lab. Today, I have on review infography. This tool will allow you to create infographics from your blog post or other written content. So with this tool, you will be able to turn your blog post into shareable infographics.
Let's see another one in Spanish.
Bienvenidos a Crowded Lab. Hoy tenemos para revisar Infography. Esta herramienta te permitirá crear infografías a partir de tus publicaciones de blog u otro contenido escrito.
We can disable music if needed. Let's actually remove that.
Introducing Lazybird, the ultimate voiceover studio. Create professional voiceovers for your business videos, explainers, podcasts, effortlessly with our user-friendly platform.
And let's hear another one in Japanese.
それだけでなく、日本語や多くの他の言語でも音声オーバーを作成することができます。レイジーバードスタジオで今すぐ無料でお試しください。
Okay, so you just saw what this tool can do for you. Let's go into the details. And first of all, let's explore the AppSumo lifetime deal. So from time to time, there are appearing tools similar to Lazybird, which can help you to generate realistic voices from your texts. And at the moment, I think it is the only tool available in this category. Lazybird will give you more than 200 AI voices in more than 100 languages. And about the number of languages, there is a catch. I will explain you in the moment what I mean. There is also a possibility to choose stock images, videos, and audio files. So, for example, you can generate static videos with audio file playing. There are some settings for the customizations like speed, pauses, pitch, and some settings to fine-tune pronunciation. You can export files in different formats like MP3, WAV, and OGG. And regarding plans, so we have all features available for 2 licensed tier plans. And here we can see the number of characters available for you per month. So 2,000 for 49 and 5 times more for 129. Okay, so now let's go back to the actual Lazybird demo and exploring its pros and cons. And first of all, let's begin with cons. I saw in the tools question and review section on AppSumo, there was mentioned a downside that credits can burn up quickly. For example, every action will burn certain amount of your given credits. Here's what I mean. This particular text contains roughly 236 characters. So when I have just pasted here without even clicking play or preview, I've got my credits deducted. So then I've edited just one word, this one, Crowded Lab, and again I was charged the same amount for this full paragraph. So yeah, this can be considered as a downside, as you would expect credits to burn only when you hit preview, for example, or when you export. So based on the user's feedback, I hope the creators of Lazybird will fix this issue. And regarding the user interface, I think Lazybird provides great user experience. I reviewed several other tools in this category which can generate voice from text, and I really believe that Lazybird is the most pleasant to use. It provides a timeline. You can structure your text into paragraphs. However, there is a small downside to paragraphs. You cannot grab and rearrange those. You will need to click move up and down. So if you have a lot of paragraphs, it is not very convenient to use. Then regarding the voices and the voices options. So for a particular paragraph, you have the option to choose a particular voice. And regarding languages, this is the strong point and the weak point as well for Lazybird. The strong one is that English voices are pretty good. For example, listen to this one.
Introducing Lazybird, the ultimate voiceover studio.
I think that's a pretty natural sounding voice. For many languages, there are available expressions, as you can see marked here. And expressions here, they mean this speaking tone. Unfortunately, you cannot select a particular sentence or a word and assign expressions. These will be assigned to the whole paragraph. However, the interesting part is that you can assign how to pronounce a particular word. So, for example, you can type in English and get so-called IPA, which stands for International Phonetic Alphabet. So you can get this transcription. There are tools that can help you to verify how it sounds.
Crowded lab.
And you can assign that pronunciation to a particular word. Let's remove it for a moment. And let's go to the weak part. So as I mentioned, there are a lot of English voices in different accents, American, English, from United Kingdom. And before we move to another weak point, I must say that, well, there is a fun part. There are available voices cloned from celebrities like Morgan Freeman, Obama, Snoop Dogg, and those sound really like those people. However, not sure if you can use those commercially. Maybe you can use those voices locally or just for fun, but I'm not sure that you have the rights to use those commercially, for example, on YouTube videos. Let's use this one just to demonstrate you how it works.
Welcome to Crowded Lab. Today, I have on review infography. This tool will allow you to create infographics.
Okay, so moving on with voices. As I mentioned before, there is a good collection of English-speaking voices in different variants. There is British English, there is Australian English, there is English from Ireland, from Hong Kong. So regarding English, you have your options. However, for example, when we look for Spanish one, it seems that there is a variety available from different countries like Spanish from Chile, from Colombia. But I live in Spain and I'm interested in European Spanish. And although there is a selection of voices, I don't know, maybe 20 of those, but I was not satisfied with the quality of those. I was not able to find the one that I like for Spanish one. They sounded okay, not robotic, but not too alive. So if you would need realistic sounded voices in languages other than English, then this tool might be not the great one. You just need to try it and see if your languages is represented here nicely. Okay, let's see what else we have in this tool. You can import scripts using your doc files, txt or CSV files. You can split by sentences or by paragraphs. As I told you before, you can add videos and images. So you should be able to export a video, for example, with static images or with some moving objects and with voiceover on top of it. And there is a nice timeline where you can drag your images, your sounds. There is a good collection of music available. Which you can add to your voiceovers. And you'll see that on a timeline, and you can drag it however you like. There is a built-in translation, which is also nice. And of course, you will be able to export your creations. And before we wrap up, let's get back to the number of characters. For example, 1 million characters will translate roughly to something between 150 and 2,100 words. And what I also forgot to mention, which might be of a great interest for you, Lazybird provides API access. So you can generate some code with ChatGPT or hire a developer or draft some code yourself. Or even you can use tools like Zapier, a no-code automation tool. And using application programming interface, you can generate your voiceovers from text. And through APIs, there are additional features available. For example, it is called speech synthesis markup language. So using API, you will be able to tell Lazybird which voice to use for a particular phrase. For example, we can see a text here, and we can wrap a particular word in a markup, providing, for example, emphasis on a particular word. So ideally, I would like to have that feature built into the editor itself. For example, ideally, you would just select a particular sentence or a particular word, then right-click or use some menu and modify not only pronunciation, but the pitch and other options which this markup language provides. Okay, so let's move to the pros and cons. I will link this post in the description so you can see the summary, but actually it summarizes pretty well the Lazybird's strong and weak points. So yeah, you can have high realistic voices, but I would say it is mostly related to English. So you will need to check yourself if your target language is supported correctly and is not sounding robotic. So based on user feedback, the support was very responsive. The user interface is friendly, yes. As I mentioned before, I find it the most attractive out of the ones that I reviewed recently in this category. You can import your scripts using different file formats. There is API for developers, so you can automate your voice generations, and the pricing is pretty competitive, yeah. So let's see the summary of cons. Some voices sound robotic, especially non-English ones. Yep, I agree with that. The high credit consumption. As I mentioned to you before, almost every action, if you edit a text, if you paste the text into the paragraph, will consume the credits. So beware of that. But at the same time, the amount of credits is still generous enough. And using API, I think you will have the most clean credits consumption because you won't be doing edits manually in the user interface. So the lack of tutorials, yeah, they could add something how to use API properly, but the user interface in general is pretty self-explanatory. And potential legal concerns over celebrity voices. Yep, as I mentioned before. Alright, so I would give 3.5 out of 5 stars to Lazybird. It has great user interface. It has really good voices in English, natural sounding ones. It is really easy to use, but it lacks some of the advanced functionality. For example, ideally, I would like to select a particular word or a sentence and apply fine-tuned settings on that particular part, not on the whole paragraph. But overall, I think Lazybird is a nice tool. So now you know all the pros and cons of Lazybird. To get this tool, please check the link in the description. Please also give this video a like and subscribe for more similar videos. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.